Hello, Feely Humans. Welcome to a very special episode, an episode with a big announcement. There is a change a-coming, and it's coming for my heart and also this podcast, and I hope that you can have an open mind. I hope that you can be here and be present with me for the next little while I explain what's going on. So, first of all, the big update is that, first of all, just clearing up any anxieties, the podcast is not going away. The podcast will continue, but with some changes. Did I mention my name's Known Wells? I don't know if I mentioned that. Hi, I'm the creator of the show. I'm also the founder of the Feely Human Collective. We'll get into that in a second. This is a big May 2022 announcement for the show. So I just first, before we get to the, I'm going to bury the lead. Before we get to the big change that's coming, I wanted to just express my gratitude for you, to you, sweet Feely Human. Some of you have been here since the beginning, January of 2018. Some of you maybe are a little newer, but all of you are, in my mind and in my heart, Feely Humans. Even if you don't know what that means yet for yourself, sit with that for a second. Maybe you listen to every episode, or maybe just the episodes that spark your interest. Just know that my heart is full for you having listened at all. Perhaps you've connected to the story of one of my guests. Perhaps you felt seen and heard. Perhaps you've been able to deepen your capacity for empathy. Perhaps you've been courageous to look inward yourself. Perhaps your mental health has been helped in some way because of this podcast. I hope that's all true. I hope maybe some of it is true for you. That continues to be my intention for the show, and it was the intention when I started in January of 2018. I started this podcast so that I can give you and me and our guests space to reflect on the beautiful wholeness of our humanity, to come together to find meaning and beauty in our struggles and our joys, in our empathy and our connection. Together is how we do it. Together will always be the path, right? Together. Not apart, not individualist, but collectivist. Together. It's how we do it. This show means so much to me. I've had so many wonderful and healing conversations. I've learned so much. I've grown my own mental health because of the conversations I've had. I've created friendships through this podcast. I started Feely Human. It's been so freaking wonderful. And I'm also feeling the need to change things up. As some of you know, I left my day job about a month ago under some kind of weird and dehumanizing circumstances. Thankfully, we just started our Airbnb, so I'm also running that full-time now, and things have been also just a bit stressful from a financial perspective. You know, you leave a job you've had for 7 years. It's a big change. Thankfully, just timing-wise, the Airbnb, we had that going, and that's been going really well, and that's been helpful. So, very grateful for that. You will also know that I'm running Feely Human full-time as well. What that looks like the past 2 years has been facilitating workshops online and in person, leading Feely hikes, selling merchandise, shipping merchandise, facilitating voices in the journal, facilitating writing, collaborating, etc. So many different things. This month actually is 2 years since I launched Feely Human. 2 years. I'm really proud of what I've achieved with Feely Human so far. I'm proud of what we've done together, and I also need and want to do more. And what that looks like for Feely Human, I believe, is in focusing on trying to lead more workshops in businesses, organizations, and schools, specifically around empathy, mental health awareness, vulnerability, and emotional curiosity. I've done some, but I haven't made much money doing so. And no, it's not just about the money. It's not at all about the money. But it's also not about the money, too, if that makes sense. The fact is that there's this system called capitalism. Have you heard of it? Capitalism? A system that pits us against one another, that diminishes our wholeness, that wants to make everything binary, that values individualism over collective and community. As much as I feel, oh boy, do I feel it so hard, that I want to burn it all down, truly, that's not useful or meaningful. Burning it all down is not useful. It's just not realistic, right? It won't get me where I want to go or where we have to go collectively. So I have to remind myself and all of us that the change we make happens one moment at a time. One heart at a time, as I like to say. To dismantle a system brick by freaking brick. To replace the bricks with empathy and curiosity and connection and feeling. Look, bricks are made out of brick, and why can't we replace them with empathy and curiosity and connection and feeling? Who says we can't do that, builders? Challenge me. I dare you. Challenge me, builders. You builders who know your bricks. Anyways, that's a tangent. So with all of that ramble being said, I want to change the world one heart at a time, and also get paid consistently and regularly for it so that I can truly grow Feely Human. Feely Human is this podcast. It's the workshops. It's all of what I'm trying to achieve. And maybe if I can grow it, someday I can hire someone to help me with the numbers because those suck. And maybe the marketing too, because that has always felt kind of weird and sucky too. The truth is I'm also tired and feeling overwhelmed. And I want to feel less tired and a little less overwhelmed. And here's where the big change is happening. You ready for it? I'm about to say it. I believe one way I can achieve this is by changing the way the podcast is done to take it from a weekly show to something a smidge different. So here's how that's going to starting this very month, May 2022. Rather than weekly episodes, I will be shifting Yumi Empathy to 2 episodes per week. Not 2 episodes per week. I'm going to leave that in. I'm not going to cut that out at all. Wow, known. That doesn't make any sense for what you're talking about here. Here's the edit. Here's the real truth. Rather than weekly episodes, I will be shifting the podcast to 2 episodes per month or every 2 weeks. So instead of 4 episodes every month, there will be 2 episodes every month. Those 2 episodes will continue to be the same format, longer format, deep dive conversations with Feely Humans like yourself. In addition to this shift in cadence, my Patreon, which I've admittedly not paid a great deal of attention to, hold a lot of shame about my Patreon, feel like I was doing regular episodes, bonus episodes, which I loved, and I also, I felt I wasn't jazzed by it, how it's been going with Patreon. Anyways, Patreon, if you aren't aware, is a way to support someone on an ongoing basis. So, in addition to the 2 episodes per month, I will also be releasing a bonus episode on Patreon that's not just another long-form conversation, the same you get on the public feed. It is an episode called, wait for it, Movies That Make Us Feel. So the Movies That Make Us Feel is a new bonus spin-off podcast. Let's call it a spin-off podcast that's happening monthly, 1 a month at patreon.com/feelyhuman. It's $5 a month to join. So you'll still get your 2 episodes per month on Yumi Empathy. And then the bonus episode is $5 a month. The bonus episode is called Movies That Make Us Feel. And it will be me and a guest talking about a movie that either my guest picks or I pick. And we discuss it through the lens of how it, made us feel. From the crying moments to the emotional bits to how we see ourselves in the characters to how the movie impacted our mental health, etc. As you all know, I'm a bit of a movie nerd. I love movies. Movies have always been a safe haven for me growing up, watching movies at home. We had a VHS player and just would go to Cinema Magic, the little independent video store near our house and just would rent the crap out of movies and just had so many VHS tapes. I still have VHS tapes to this day. I love movies. Movies are empathy machines, and movies make me feel. Movies make me cry. Movies make me feel connected and heard and seen. And it's with that lens with which my guests and I will be talking about specific movies. A new movie every month, starting in May. The exact date for when that post will be coming soon. It'll probably be mid-May, mid to late May. But I'll try to find a regular cadence for that as we go forward. But that's it. That's the announcement. Starting this month, I'll be releasing one Movies That Made Us Feel episode per month on Patreon, which is just $5 a month to sign up for. That's less than Netflix. That's less than all of the streaming services. I know you get all sorts of things over there. That's maybe a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee. Let's call it that. That's $5 a month to sign up. It's patreon.com/feelyhuman. And as I also mentioned, the main podcast, You Me Empathy, will be transitioning from weekly to bi-weekly, or every 2 weeks. It's going to take me some time to get used to this, honestly, and I hope it's not too hard for you to get used to it too. I always hear that in podcasting, consistency is important, but I wonder if that's also steeped in the machine of capitalism and toxic productivity that runs rampant in these spaces. If I'm being honest, it feels like I'm, quote unquote, taking something away from you, but it's not that. Even if that maybe feels like it, it is for me trying to honor where I'm at in my life right now. Trying to honor my energy, trying to be more curious about where my heart is at, and to move forward with intention. To stay true to the podcast and the why of my podcast, and to also reflect on who I am right now, today, in the present moment. I started the podcast over 4.5 years ago and I've changed a lot, and I still love it. To be very clear, I still love the show very deeply, and I still want it to be a part of my life. It's just the main feed will be fewer episodes per month. That's really it. So I can create space to really focus my energy and time on Feely Human. And apparently our Airbnb and a puppy. We got a puppy, if you haven't heard, and I really want to give this Feely Human thing a shot. I really need to make some consistent ongoing efforts to do more consistent ongoing programming in spaces. So if you're listening to this, and on that note, if you're listening to this and you work at a hospital, or if you work at a business that can use some regular ongoing emotional curiosity, empathy, vulnerability workshops, let me know. Please. I'm begging you. No, I'm not begging, but please, that'd be wonderful. So that's it. That's the big change. Maybe I was building it up too much in my head. That's really, as I'm reflecting on it, not a huge change. It's just 2 less episodes a month and 1 bonus episode on patreon.com/feelyhuman called The Movies That Make Us Feel. And so the next episode of this show, You Me Empathy, will be here in 2 weeks with a guest. And the next Patreon-only Movies That Make Us Feel episode will be, like I said, sometime in mid to late May. I'll clarify the cadence as I start to record some of them. Oh, and a fun note, if you're still here, if you're still listening, are you? Just let me know. Can you let me know by, screaming or crying? No, don't cry. Sorry. Let me know by clapping your hands. Great. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry, you're still clapping? Okay, thanks. That's great. Thank you for doing that. So if you're still here, if you wanted to contribute to the Movies That Made Us Feel episodes by either adding to the ongoing list of movies to choose from, or even being a guest to talk about a movie that makes you feel, you can email me at youmeempathy@gmail.com. I'll also link to the Movies That Make Us Feel movies list I have already started so you can add to it. That'll be in the show notes at feelyhuman.co. And that's it. thank you. Really, truly, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening all this time. I cherish you, Feely Human. I hope that you appreciate this change as much as I think I am going to. I'm really excited to get into the Movies That Make Us Feel episodes. That's going to be really fun to dive into different movies through that lens, because that's, honestly how I've always looked at movies, through that lens. But anyways, I hope that feels good. I hope that you are well and that your heart is being nourished and that your mental health is okay. And if it's not, that's okay too. But just know that you're here, a part of this journey with us, and I cherish you. And I cherish every moment that you're a part of it. So thank you. Again, patreon.com/feelyhuman. If you want to sign up, you won't see an episode of Movies That Make Us Feel yet, but you will see past posts and bonus episodes that we've done in the past. But if you want to sign up, please do so. That'd be wonderful. It's patreon.com/feelyhuman. And thanks. That's it. Okay. Bye-bye. La, la, la.